Hello there, ladies, and welcome back to the CP Confidential chair. Where are the men in this episode? I see we're keeping them out of the fun. Well, what do you think of this statement? White men treat black women better than black men. Let's get the conversation started.
I feel like white men just are raised differently in a different culture and tradition. So like white men are not raised like black men to like hide their emotions and to like, be strong all the time. So like black men really can't get in tune with black women's emotions like that unless they break down that barrier. Whereas like white men, it's just like easy for them. So like they can cater to that side of a black woman. So like on that side of things, on that spectrum, yeah, white men do kind of treat black women better.
It's definitely a cultural thing. I think it's less about how you were raised though, and more about like influences, like societal influences in the black community. So for example, we listen to rap music, hip hop, all they're talking about is fuck these bitches, I don't love no hoes. Like, so obviously you're not gonna wanna show that you love hoes, or it's gonna be fuck these bitches, I don't love no hoes. So whereas white men, their music isn't that much better, but it's definitely not blatantly like don't love women, like fuck them, I care about all I care about is money and drugs and stuff like that. So I think it's about influences on black men, and black men love to adhere to those influences.
I mean, you made some valid points. But like when you think about it, isn't it better for you to wait for something and know that you work for something and then you get it? You'd be sweeting your body a different way now. It'd be sweeting you in a different way. It's like a treasure. Like you find yourself a fine black man.
Oh, I agree, girl.
Successful. He's been through some hard stuff growing up. And, obviously the way black men are raised, like you said, is different from white men. And then you get on that level with him, that connection. It's a magical feeling, John. Don't take it. It's a magical feeling. So I cannot completely agree with that because, no.
When I was younger, I would have said yes straight away. But growing up, men are men. I definitely, what you said about societal, influences definitely has to do with, home training and, the environment, people you're around, and, your culture and stuff like that. And also the way, the media portrays white men, it's, they always go, above and beyond for their women and stuff like that. And also, how black men are raised and to, be tough and not show their emotions all the time.
White men don't necessarily treat black women better than black men. They just appreciate black women on a different level. I feel like black men almost sometimes take black women for granted, and white men can appreciate us on a different level. It doesn't mean that they treat us better, but but sometimes white men, it seems like we're a fantasy or like a
fetish.
White men and black men are portrayed differently, and so you're obviously going to try to match what is being shown to you, in the media, in music, stuff like that. So I think that's the main thing. I personally have dated both one white man and black men. The white man treated me well, I say, but I've actually personally been treated better by a black man. But sticking to my point, that black man was not raised in this American fuck these whole society. He's from another culture, so that probably has something to do with it. So I definitely think it's all about your culture.
I just want to go back to the point Chioma made on, social media and music. Yeah, if you notice, you got Sam Smith, even though he's, gay, all these other white artists, they're singing their heart out, I love you. And all those other type of stuff, they professing their love for their women. And then you have Kodak Black, I don't love them, and it's just kind of guy, what are you doing now? Is that really what black guys stand for? Is that what you do?
I feel like it goes both ways for black men and white women, and then white men and black women. It's this kind of species of person I've never really I've never really had I've never really been interacting with my whole life, or just they're different from you, different culture, different everything. And I feel like you said before, Brie, white men and women, white men love that real natural, like, soul sister Black woman, like, you know, natural hair, like, brown skin, like, white men love, like, dark, like, Black is the berry, the sweet of the juice.
That one show, Chewing Gum?
On season 2.
On season 2, there's this one episode, where the white guy, it was a nice white guy, you know, really well put together or whatever, but he had a fetish for black girl, and he had her doing the and you know, when we talk about white guys treating black women better, that's kind of what I think of, like, it's a fetish. I mean, some people genuinely just like the person, but exactly.
But I also think it's I feel like white culture is different. So, like, for me, I find most younger white men, like, love to be in relationships, or they're in relationships more than I find that Black men are in relationships. Simply because I don't know what it is. I just think white people are just raised to be in relationships. I know people, like, literally freshman year, my friend got engaged. Like, she's white. I know at least 3 white people who are already engaged have a down payment on houses. Like, no funny. Like, they were really set up now, and it's just like they've been with these people since middle school, and I'm like, that's kind of weird to Black people a little bit, I think.
Yeah, no, because, you know, like, the way we're raised is, like, no boyfriend.
Yeah.
No, none of that. Your book is your boyfriend.
That's like African, though.
Yeah. I feel like even Black
Black people, too. Some Black people, like, more stricter homes are like, no.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I just find that to be very common and different in our culture.
No. I still don't think that white men treat Black women better. I just feel like they just appreciate us more.
It also definitely depends on the person, like, themselves, actually. What was I going to say? Because I've dated a couple of Black men, and they're not all the same. Like, some are, like, you know, they're very different, I would say. So it's not fair to generalize that Black men do treat, like, or white men treat their women better than Black men do. And also, I think Brie mentioned it before about how about it being like a fetish, sort of. Yeah, and then Aisha brought up the whole chewing gum. That was really funny. Because it's true, like, you know. But it's weird because a lot of the, like, interracial couples that we see, like, it looks like their men are treating them better than Black men, but I don't know.
But I don't know. Social media, I don't know, you can't really trust.
You can't really
all
trust.
The time.
A lot of media and, like, you know, different cultures with, like, music, and especially how Black men are portrayed on TV. Like, Black people in general are just portrayed on TV. Like, Black men are either, like, gangsters or, like, you know, the man who's just, like, effing up on everything. So I definitely think a lot of media has a big thing to do with, like, white men and Black men treating women differently. And also, like, I love YouTube, so I'm always, like, looking at interracial couples on YouTube, which is kind of weird, but, like, I am. So it's just, like, I see the way they're treating their women, and I mean, it's just like a good man, how a good man would treat his woman regardless of, like, being white or Black. So I feel like it's just a lot of different things. And then just honestly, like, historically and culturally, like, honestly, like, I could go all the way back to slavery to prove this, like, whole theory, just how, like, Black men had to be a certain way, and, like, you know, Black women were taken away from Black men, et cetera, et cetera. So I just think a lot of things have to do with it, but honestly, it just all boils down to, like, your person, who you genuinely are. And if you want to treat, regardless of your race, if you want to treat a woman good, if you see a woman, you're like, I'm about to wife her, like, I'm about to treat her real good, you're going to do it.
I just want to make it very, very clear that, you know, you can say this person treats you this way or this race treats you better or whatever. But at the end of the day, as a woman, you are the one who sets the precedent on how someone treats you. If you want your man to open your door, you let him know, you better open my door. Yeah, you have to let them know what you want. And if this is not what you want, they're not giving you what you want, I beg, leave. It's not by force. It's never by force, never. If nobody tied you down to somebody that's beating you or somebody that's verbally abusing you, it's not by force. So all this one that we're talking about, oh, white guy treats me better or black guy treats me better. If you like the way you see people, white men treating black girls on social media, and that's what you like and that's what you want, tell your boyfriend that that's what you want. Tell your boyfriend that that's what you want. And then that's what you will get. And if you don't get it, my darling, leave.
Well, I must add that tennis icon Serena Williams made this claim. Her opinion must be valid to a certain degree, don't you think?
It's valid. If she feels that way, then I think she has the right to feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right. I mean, I could say that I've been treated better by Ghanaian men than Nigerian men. So basically, what I'm saying is that Serena's her opinion, based on her experiences, is completely valid.
I do feel like if she said that she's like been treated better by white men than black men, then it's definitely valid because it's her experience. And she always gets like black men always talk about Serena Williams, like kind of like bash her, how she's like, oh, she's so muscular for me, or like her physique or whatever. But then like she's getting like treated better and appreciated by a white man. So I don't like when she got pregnant and stuff, all over Twitter, like black men were like, oh, how did we let this one slip away? And I was just like, really? Like after you guys be talking about her and like saying she's too muscular and whatever, you're talking about how did we let this one slip away? Please, like bye. Like, it was ridiculous.
Serena's been through hella shit with black men. No offense, or maybe the black men she picked just weren't the best. And also, like, social media, black men really just, like, degrade Serena on her body build, like, because she's muscular. Like, that's really all I see from black men. I've honestly never seen a black man call her beautiful.
Sometimes black men are intimidated by strong women who have their own. Their stuff
like
together.
Serena has, like, I guess an empire, like her tennis empire. She's, like, strong, and she's a black woman. I'm not saying, like, not all black men, like, definitely not all black men. I'm sure she intimidates some white men, too, but, like, that's just what I've seen, so, like...
And personally, I'm surprised that a white man can handle all of that.
And he's small, too. He's, like, a scrawny-ass little white man, but more power to her. Like, if she found a guy who treats her right, and he happens to be white, so be it.
I'm not going to completely agree with you there, honey. Like, I think that white guys also did bash her. Maybe not after she was pregnant or whatever, but white guys did bash her, and they still do, and they still do bash black women. Yeah, it's a thing. It happens. They come for our skin color. Same thing with black guys. They come for our skin color. So, I mean, at the end of the day, what are we really talking about? If Serena Williams wants a white guy, that's what she wants. If that white guy treats her better than all the black guys combined, that's her personal experience. But I'm not going to generalize that and I'll say, oh, because Serena Williams' relationship, her own white man treated her better than, all black guys are trash. No.
If a man really likes or really loves or fucks with a girl, he's gonna treat her right. Like if he's not really fucking with you, unfortunately he's just not gonna treat you right. But if a man is really he really wants you, he will show it. Like that's that. End of statement. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys checked out last week's episode. Make sure to email us at officialcpconfidential@gmail.com for topics that you would like us to discuss. And our social media links will be in the description box below. Thank you guys.
So word around town is that these people are not subscribed to our channel.
Yes, I heard that as well.
Why are you not subscribed?
Make sure y'all subscribe to our channel.
Right over there. Right down below. That red button is just beaming in your face. Click it. Just go ahead and do it.